Supported by the county from our EMS agency after 25 years of service for really political reasons. I have been actively involved in EMS since I left this agency. Over 6 EMS agencies in the state of Utah currently sit on one of the big boards with the state of Utah EMS services. I know EMS very well. I also attend the NAEMSP meetings. I doubt anybody in this room has ever been to one of those meetings. And that's where you actually go for the National Association of EMS Physicians to sit down and talk about what's in the best interest of EMS. And I know we keep talking about fire, and this is a fire board meeting. One, I want to know why we keep talking about combining fire and EMS. If you look across the country, that's not the national trend. And I know a lot of people keep wanting to push it. You have not shown me anything financially where it's saving us anything. And I know she put up the numbers about the call volumes. Call volumes are going to be 95% of those calls, or 90% are going to be EMS calls. Not fire, but EMS. And honestly, of most of the fire calls, they're not true structural fires anymore. We don't have that many. We do, and I love my fire department. But I don't understand why we want to keep combining EMS and fire. EMS is a separate world of medical care. And when I go into medicine, I want to practice medicine. That is my passion. If you force me to be a firefighter, which I have been, great, I'll go do the job. But I'm not going to do it with the enthusiasm that I would for EMS. And I'm very fearful about what we're doing with EMS and forcing them to combine with fire. And to drag their numbers into it is unfair. EMS, when I was there, we were up to 1,100 to 1,300 calls per year. This is nothing new. And the volunteers, when I was with them, they were doing fantastic. We were not overtaxing them or overbearing them. Mr. has made the comment that how can it's incredible that you can do that. Yes, it is incredible because volunteers are fantastic. They provide impeccable service. They are not a lower level of care at all. So I would refrain from trying to combine EMS and fire for many reasons that I tried to bring up for many, many years. But I don't like it when we drag our EMS under fire because we are not going to get the better care. I have witnessed firsthand our EMS services compromised by the fact that we're sort of combining now. I listen to my radios, I listen to my scanners, I know what's going on, and I hear the fire calls, and then I hear who's left in the valley. And Claire rightfully has said on the radio, says, who's left in the valley? Because everybody's out in Strawberry. Nobody was left in the valley to cover EMS. They all went to fire. You separate fire, you separate EMS. Mr. Daniels, I'm going to disagree with that comment that when are we going to move up to a big boy fire department or a grown-up fire department? Well, over 60% of fire departments in this country are volunteer, and they are not rinky-dink agencies. They provide impeccable service to their communities. Our fire guys have provided great service to our communities. So I understand we have to have a budget, we need equipment, don't combine it. That's my
That's one of the things, Dr. Murdoch, we asked in the needs assessment is to look at that. And Ms. Berlin's going to do that assessment. We'll address that.
Just when I see it combined in the budget, I have to question why we're adding the budget of EMS into fire. But I don't pretend to be in the fire department and know their budgets that well. I watch it.
We're not combining the EMS right now are still under the county budget. We're looking at adding 5 people that can be used either way on a full-time basis.
Yeah. I would just caution, I'll say one thing, I'll sit down so I don't take people's time, but nationally we find that when you start doing full-time with volunteers, what happens is the volunteers say, screw it. You're getting paid, you take all the runs, you take all the transfers, I'm going to stay at home, take the fun calls kind of thing. So I don't want to compromise.
Recognize that as a problem.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks for your time.